match of day 7. Kecmanovic to serve.
Oh.
There we go. Colin, conditions pretty good. It's been a warm day in Melbourne and retains the heat, so I'd imagine conditions almost perfect.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Absolutely perfect. Just cooling, getting down to sort of low 20s now, no breeze. Perfect conditions for these guys to do battle.
Scotsman's in a shorts and singlet down there, so
I'm surprised he hasn't got his kilt on in this weather.
I'm still burning. Got to get the sun cream on, even at night.
Heavy hitting is an attribute of the Serb. Strong opening here. Rune's going to have to be a sponge, isn't he? He's going to have to soak up a lot of that power, as we saw there from Kecmanovic, absolutely unleashing.
If anyone can, Holger Rune can, that's for sure. He is a big hitter, especially off the forehand side. He's got almost a straight arm technique action on that forehand, which you don't see that often. But gee, he can generate some pace. Colin, good start. Pretty confident start from Kecmanovic. He's a big hitter, a talented player. He should be ranked higher, I believe.
He's certainly hitting big tonight, Josh. That really struck me in that opening game. I've seen him play where he's sort of, yes, he's hitting solid, but kind of grinding a lot of long points. He really was going after the ball there. First chance he got, kind of picking up, I guess, where he left off against Hurkacz. So already I'm sensing this might be a slightly different match than one I expected. I thought it'd be Rune going for the really big hits, but I think this is going to be both guys just going all out, full power. So watch the winner count on this one.
Little skinny for Kecmanovic, I think, at 23% there.
Yeah, no respect whatsoever for how well he's playing. Played beautifully in Adelaide. Where's the respect? Come on.
When you beat Hurkacz in straight sets and you've been to the semi-final of your previous tournament.
No emotion, this win predictor.
No, it's just...
No, we love it.
I love the debate, that's for sure.
Oh, perfect from Holger. This backhand is a ruthless backhand. He has one of the best backhands down the line. Here he just takes it straight back and just straight to the target. This is what he used particularly well against Matteo Berrettini. And to players who want to sit into that backhand corner and use forehands, that's where he burns you.
Just the other thing about the conditions with it cooling off. You know, the matches earlier today, it was maybe the hottest day of the week. The ball was jumping around. It's not really getting up the same way now. It's right in the hitting zone, and these guys are crushing it.
One thing that's interesting with Holger Rune, Josh and Colin, we were discussing this earlier, the number of changes of coach that Rune has had.
Yeah.
There's been a revolving door in and out.
He's been through a few, hasn't he? And whether it's a sense of maturity or trying to find that right voice or that right person, it's difficult when you have a coach and you've had them for a long time and then you think you need a new coach, more experienced voice.
He's listed as having Lars Christensen
Yeah.
as the coach here, who was his long-time coach from the day he virtually first picked up the racket. He's been a Toglu man for a bit, and Boom Boom came in and left quickly.
Yes, Severin Luthi, who was, of course, Roger Federer's long-time coach, lasted about 5 seconds before he was booted.
Colin, that's a little strange when you're only 21 to have find it a bit bemusing, to be honest.
I think there's just been probably a few things. I think there's been an impatience from Holger himself, you know, kind of feeling like he's in the mix with Alcaraz, Sinner, and maybe not progressing the way he wanted to, always changing things. And I think it's been complicated. Look, you know, Annika, his mum's quite involved. The decision-making process seems quite complicated, but maybe with Lars Christensen, maybe just accepting that's the best way to go, get some consistency. I think that would serve him well. You know, try and go a full season at least with one setup and go, right, what can we get done here, rather than chop and change every few months.
So on serve, opening set, Kecmanovic leads 2-1. Federer, after his match beforehand, they've gone out and had a break, got some food, coming back in, and beautiful night to be watching the tennis. Lovely vantage point for all fans here. On serve, opening set.
I think for Holger, when he just burst onto the scene and had so many good wins over top players, we saw that at the Paris Indoors a couple of years ago. He and I'm sure his team felt that it was just going to continue on. And it actually didn't, and it hasn't as much as I'm sure he would have liked. And you've got to remember, he got to number 4 in the world very quickly. Of course, he's a top 15 player at the moment, and I'm just not too sure how happy he is sitting around that ranking.
Well, he shouldn't be happy, should he?
No. And I think
it's pretty straightforward.
Well, I think the performance we've seen already here at the Australian Open is just showing, well, hang on, I just need to put my head down, really compete hard, and let my tennis take care of things like my ranking and chances of winning tournaments again. And I can't reiterate how impressive he was against Matteo Berrettini. That was a tough draw. And he barely said a word. He just competed as well as we've seen for some time. And yeah, he executed when he really needed to under pressure. That had 5 sets written all over it.
That Paris win was back in 2022. You know, he's 21 years of age now, so that was a breakthrough victory. 4 titles to his name, and it was in August of 23 that he was number 4 in the world.
An impressive service game there, guys. And he's still got a link to the Mouratoglou Academy, the Mouratoglou team, if you like. You'll see in his box Mike James in the white cap alongside Christensen. He's a sort of analyst, if you like, of the data, looking at the patterns of play. He'll be on the tablet in the box trying to pick apart the serve directions of Kecmanovic and the like. So there is still a tie there, but no direct link with Patrick. There's Mike in the white cap. He'll have his eye on the tablet all through this match, I'm sure.
And Colin, when you look at the way he's playing, he's come out tonight in comparison to 12 months ago here, for example, at the Australian Open, he just looks a lot more settled with his game style, understanding the sort of points and the way he wants to play. He wants to sort of stay up on that baseline, be relatively aggressive. At times we watch him where he's over-aggressive, he's trying to hit winners from everywhere. But I just feel he's really starting to come into his own and understanding how he needs to play day after day, week after week.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. He looks very sure and certain of what he's trying to do. On the return, not quite as aggressive as we saw maybe 12 months ago. He was almost inside the baseline trying to return for a serve. It was just crazy. So he seems to be in a good place here. That return was the perfect example, wasn't it? That's the one we're talking about. Just the pace is on the serve. Just redirect it back into play and get into the point, create pressure on the server.
Yeah, and back your athletic ability. He's one of the great movers in our game. He's dynamic, his change of direction, his pace, and his ability on end range is awesome.
First breakpoint chances of the match. So the first break goes the way of the Dane. Impressive game from him. Leads 3-2.
He's been on the tour for many years. Used to coach Alex Dolgopolov as well.
strike. The top players, Josh, are such good front runners, aren't they? You saw that stat there, 87% if you get the early break, and any of the guys that are in the top 20, top 15, certainly inside the top 10, if they get that early break, that percentage of going on to win the set is so high.
Yeah, and let me tell you, these players would be well aware of a lot of these stats as well, so that's why they would be doing everything they can to win early points, try and guarantee the break and really put that foot down and go on with it. Very measured. Not as pumped up as we've seen him at times. He's just got the head down and back to work, back to business.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Just a few Serbian fans, supporters of Kecmanovic, I think, deciding it was time to get involved, and it just has already straight away just given a slightly different feel to the atmosphere out here. Rune has a tendency, and from what I've seen, just can get distracted by that kind of thing. So just keep an eye on his focus here.
Oh. Gee, picked that up quickly, didn't he? Off the toes and ripped it back. Kecmanovic.
Yeah, he's just so lively. Have a look at the arm here, the flick of the racket.
He just hung the racket there, but didn't have the strong wrist. Flaccid. I do love it when they're hammering the ball at each other, Josh. It's powerful play.
Yeah. You're right, Dave. The crowd has lifted. Kecmanovic, he spent a lot of time growing up in America. Went to IMG Academy. Trained a lot on the hard courts, and definitely his best surface, I feel, is a hard court just like this. Family thought that was the best move for his tennis from a young age.
keen to secure this game, Rune, after breaking serve in the previous.
Kecmanovic, guys, he looks like he's got a bit of taping on his abs. I don't know if you just saw it there as he lifted his shirt, but yeah, look at that. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he had that in Adelaide as well, Colin. He probably been battling with it for an extended period of time, I would think.
I don't see it hampering him in any way. I mean, he is smoking the ball. Both of these guys are. This is some seriously powerful tennis.
Gets the break back straight away. He's in command there, Rune, so he'll be disappointed.
Yeah,
and then back.
Yeah, not happy at all. That's the at game points was cruising at 40-15. Let's see how he responds. Holger Rune. Last game before the new balls.
Better work at the net. Good stretch.
Colin, he's got some quads on him, hasn't he? He can move. There's no doubt about it.
Powerful. Both of these guys, some serious sort of horsepower, you know, real powerful movers around the court. You know, and both of them very comfortable generating pace as well. So it's relentless ball striking out here. I just get a sense courtside Kecmanovic has a bit more work on the ball, particularly on his forehand. Rune, it's quite a flat ball, so just maybe with this set of balls getting a little bit older, a bit fluffier, slowing things down. I think we're starting to see Kecmanovic, you know, get the edge with that because of just that extra bit of spin he's got on the ball. I think he's happier playing some of these longer points as well.
It's a strong service hold after being broken in his previous service game. So Kecmanovic fourth. So we traded service breaks in the 5th and 6th games, so we're back on serve in this opening set, approaching the half hour. Power hitting both ends of the court. And now we've got the new balls. Add a little more firepower.
We'll enjoy this. These are just the little intricacies that the very best players have. Sort of great hands, ability to adapt, adjust, find the racket face where it needs to be.
Yeah, the coaching manual is a different thing in 20 plus, isn't it? Or even the last decade. It's changed so dramatically. The way the players hit the ball, their grips, stance, all of that. That laugh, Josh, at the coaching manual that you probably learned from.
That's right. I mean, the biggest change has been the string. There's no question. The string is just so, makes things so different. I mean, you have to swing hard with the polyester string in your racket, otherwise the ball doesn't go anywhere. You've got to string it a lot looser compared to previously it was synthetic gut or natural gut, which had to be very tight. So it's changed everyone's technique to a certain degree. And a shot like that, Holger Rune's forehand, which you would not teach that forehand almost a straight arm. That's not out of any textbook, but it works because of the string. As long as it's a repeatable motion and he can do that under pressure time and time again, swing hard at it, it'll go in.
So, two impressive service games from both players for all. That balance was a beautiful shot there of Rune, that forehand, and the leg movement in the air to get ready for the next one, just in case it's coming back. That one wasn't, but the balance, balletic. Look at this. Change the leg. Down on the right and ready to push off if he needs to. It's good hitting. Joyful to watch. From this vantage point, it's impressive.
Let me tell you, it's even more impressive courtside. I cannot believe how hard these guys are hitting the ball, honestly. Every shot is close to full power. You guys talk about changes in the game. I completely agree with Josh. You know, the string technology, the rackets, but just even the balls. I think the balls maybe a little deader, so that you know, they're able to swing harder without the fear of them flying long.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, days gone by, players would maybe hit one full power shot per point, maybe one a game. You know, it was a lot more tactical, nudging it around a bit. Now it's just full-blooded swings all the time.
And I think just lastly to add to that, it's the court surfaces on the tour week in, week out have become very slow, where they're trying to almost slow the speed of the game down. So, and in doing so, the players have to become better athletes to actually to get to those shots, given how much harder they're being hit. So very rarely would you say they're even an average athlete. They're phenomenal athletes, these top 100 at least players.
Been a good little stretch for the server. Kecmanovic now 5-4. So we had the back-to-back breaks of serve in the 5th and 6th game. Since then, the serve has been well in command, but Rune now serving to stay in this opening set.
A little bit of tension when you're serving to stay in a set, that's for sure. I think both players would be pretty happy with their start. I mean, how well they're at least hitting the ball. It's coming off cleanly. It's certainly a high-quality match. Just the importance of winning that first set in a 5-set match is right up there. I'd be well aware of how important it will be given the physicality required to win this match.
Well, if you're going to serve a double fault when serving to stay in it, he loves the best time. Strong service hold, 5-all.
They're very good at changing direction. You'll see here, this is the final shot, but it was set up by going down the line. He's holding the baseline well. He's taking time away from his opponent by taking the ball early.
Didn't he, I think? Looked like he was comfortable watching that fall in. Rune.
But you can tell Kecmanovic has had a good off-season. Look at the speed, look at the acceleration here. Bang, he's off, he's racing. And as he's running, he gets the racket open.
Do you have a play on it? I think so. Not sure?
Not sure.
Okay, I'll put that down as a no.
Where you have to be careful serving to Holger. He does like to go back across his body and drag that down the line.
Just looks like he's improved his forehand return so much. I think just with the mindset, the positioning, but it's looking so reliable. I agree with you, Josh, and Kecmanovic. He does look sharp. He looks so focused and intense as well. You know, he was such a good junior world #1. It's probably fair to say his career has been slightly underwhelming to this stage. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but Victor Troicki's clearly got his teeth into him. He's looking good here.
Yeah, he certainly is. You know, players mature, don't they, at different rates. Their rankings move accordingly, and just trying to, sometimes when you speak to some of the coaches who have worked with Kecmanovic, just trying to find, you know, bring that passion out and trying to get him to play with a little more enthusiasm at times, emotion. Because it's fair to say his ball striking and ability is right up there. Right up there with top 20 level.
So another good hold for Kecmanovic, who continues to put the pressure. Fans that are coming in close to 100,000 each day. Extraordinary. Once again, Rune here, serving to stay in the set. This time to send it to a tie break.
Just got a little caught here when he decided to go cross-court on this one. Probably should have just dinked it in front, or, you know, pushed it down the line. Easier said than done. But look at the movement from both players. Awesome in slow motion. is confident, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like that play, because actually when he stepped to the line after the first point, he was breathing quite heavily. I think it still is. So that was a smart tactical decision to shorten the point there. Even under pressure, serving to stay in the set, he's thinking clearly.
He's also battling on his second serve too, so he's only at 36% of points won on his second serve, Holger Rune, so that needs some work. He's won 18 of 21 points when he lands that first serve, so that's healthy. These guys return so well on second serves, don't they? It's difficult to get it out of their strike zone.
He's just really sort of engaging with the Serbian fans. As I say, he's got a tendency to get distracted, get involved in stuff. There's a few Danes in here, but I think it's fair to say they're a little bit calmer in the way they support their the sports teams. But just needs to keep his mind on the job here, I think, Rune.
And this is great defense, and just this the way that he's competing right now, Kecmanovic, you've got to applaud it. That's something that we haven't necessarily seen, the commitment to that level that we're seeing out here this season. In with a real chance here at Juice.
So to the tie-break we go in this opening set.
6 games old. Ready for play, please. Thank you.
Get a sense down here that the emotions are riding high for Rune. He's a more emotional person, I think, than Kecmanovic. And as Josh has been saying, I think the way the Serb's playing is actually getting under his skin. You know, it's pretty relentless. This is going to be an interesting tiebreak. It's got the potential to get a little spicy, I think.
traffic going to the Holger Rune forehand here, and vice versa, the same. You can see both players attacking into each other's forehand a little more than the backhand. Their backhands are just so solid.
Still just the 1 point against the serve, but it's a menacing scoreline when you look up at it on the scoreboard. Troublesome.
It's been so solid, Kecmanovic, all match long. Holger Rune just hasn't been able to get it out of his hitting zone. A lot of it is just trying to time your run, isn't it, Colin? When you get to Australia, you've got 2 lead-in tournaments potentially that you can play, I guess, anywhere coming into the Australian Open. If you can hit form at the right time, and that's what I think Kecmanovic has done really well. They've timed it to perfection. This was the sort of tennis we saw last week as well in Adelaide. It was confident. So he's on a roll, isn't he? That is awesome.
Full handful of set points. First 2 will come on his own serve.
Well, they may have tightened up a little bit now with those couple of unforced errors. Well, he's done everything but win this first set, and just All of a sudden, a couple of forehands. He catches them a fraction late. Gets the heart rate up a little bit. Certainly can't afford to give Holger a sniff or a second look, because he will take advantage of it.
Started with 5, down to the last one. Well, he had to earn it, didn't he? But he gets there in the end. Kecmanovic in the tie-break takes the opening set.
Solutions on his second serve where he doesn't get hurt. But overall, incredible ball striking and power, strength, and fabulous moving from both players here in what was another great set of tennis. We've seen so much of it today. It's been an unbelievably good day of tennis. And this is right up there once again.
Very strong winner to error ratio for both players. I think highlighting the quality of the tennis in that opening set.
It paid off.
And then it adds mental resilience and physical endurance. It's a staggering level of detail on how to beat Kecmanovic, and you get 8 points with some dot points underneath that.
See it?
And the summary: by exploiting his forehand, mixing up your shots, staying patient, you can increase your chances of beating him. That's crazy, really, isn't it?
And what does the eye say about the fact that he's absolutely drilling his forehand tonight?
Oh, I haven't got that far. Stand by.
Oh,
beautiful.
That's phenomenal. We've seen 2 of these already tonight from Holger Rune, and this is a good start. He hasn't come out here. There's no whinging or complaining or disappointment. In fact, it's a strong bounce back and a great response.
Good opening service game. It just, that does, I know I'm being a bit flippant there, Josh, but it summarises the point of the available information. That's, you said, would you be running it through AI?
Absolutely.
It's, in case you'd missed one of those points, the coaches would be on top of all of those things, but it distills that information into a brief summary right there. Is that matching up with the information that we're seeing?
Just such a simple backhand, technically as smooth as you like. Very little goes wrong in this backhand under pressure.
The task here, isn't it, when you're 51 in the world, you're there for a reason. Has been as high as 27. Can he maintain the high level?
Gee, it's been a great start, hasn't it? He's come out strong here, Holger. He's come out with enthusiasm and intensity. He's trying to send a message, show his opponent that he's not going to go away easy tonight.
It's a good fight back. He loves to engage. And the other Serbian fans will fight back strongly there. They're passionate about their man here, Kecmanovic. So that's a good start to this second set.
Strange decision there, Josh. I thought coming in playing the backhand drive volley from, well, it looked like waist height from where I'm sitting. You couldn't really do much with it. Maybe a more sort of traditional volley might have been the way to go, but that's a great start from Rune.
Fixed him up immediately when I read out that stat in the first set about how successful he can be at holding an early break. Well, he's begun with a flourish in the second set. Impressive.
Winner needs 3 games to go.
In the background, Holger Rune just sending off a couple of rackets to get restrung. He's in for the long haul. He said he wanted them the same tension, so he's obviously happy with how they feel. It should take about 12 to 15 minutes to get done.
Time.
Well, a tennis match is a little bit like a roller coaster sometimes, isn't it? The tie break, Kecmanovic got out to 5 set points and almost dragged him back. Start the second set, and Rune's burst from the blocks. New balls here. He's just unable to lay a punch on him at the moment.
I mean, his ability to hit an open stance double-handed. Have a look at this. Look at the left leg, open, sliding. That is so strong on end range.
Tickles a line at the other end as well, just for good measure.
Out. 15. Out. 13-15.
Straight back to him. Not the nonchalance there of Kecmanovic. Just put it back into court. Play on. My point. Thank you. On the board. Some shot making going on here, Josh.
Yeah, it's been a fast and furious start, hasn't it, to set number 2.
14 minutes.
Just seems since the start of the second and Rune coming back to the court, he's almost trying to be more aggressive. You know, he was hitting big in the first set, but almost trying to get up the court a little more. Make sure he's deciding as many points as possible. It's certainly quick fire stuff.
15. Thank you. Thank you. 14-13.
So strong work. Just the one break of serve. 4-1.
One to see. He's obviously got to get past Kecmanovic first, though.
So the scoreline looks a little troubling for Kecmanovic. Still just the one break, though, but has to hold from here on in.
52.
So it doesn't all need to be crash and bash, does it? It was a nice placement there, a little less speed, deep into the corner. It's a rocket. "20-shot rally. It's the longest rally of the match, but it's by far the longest rally of this set. We hadn't had any over 9 shots before this point. In fact, most of them had been 0-4. I mean, the vast majority.
The anticipation here to get there and just clocks it. If you were teaching a double-handed backhand to a young junior player or a club player, his backhand is one that you'd have a close look at. It's right up there with simplicity, technically, and pace and power.
That previous point was just ridiculous. I mean, some of the ground shots, they look like an inch or two over the net, just lasers going back across. I'm not going to keep up courtside here.
That's the one weakness, Colin. He stands up a little bit and lifts up and just gets a little flat.
And it's impatient as well. You know, he's trying to hit a clean winner there almost, it seems. Don't you think?
Yeah, it needs to go hard back through the middle of the court. Give himself a chance. You can undo such good work by just coming stuck with a couple of unforced errors like that.
He worked hard to give himself a chance, didn't he, of the double break. And then the last 2 points gave up pretty easily. 4-2. Rallies have been so much shorter this set. 27, 0-4. Just 5 in the 5 to 8 range, and just the one rally at 9+. Huge difference to the opening set where there were a string of long rallies.
The Danish fans starting to get into it out here on Margaret Arena. They've joined the party. I think when they first came in, they were just sort of standing around the periphery. Getting on the dance floor now.
A couple of great points to open on return here. Needs to strike back before the set runs out of time, and this is a great start. Aggressive.
Thank you.
Gabas in the chair has almost been dislodged.
Yeah, that may have even gone across his head. Has it? It's hit him. Well, no, it's
Just clipped the microphone, I think.
yeah, it's missed. It's missed his head. Thankfully. It's small.
Well, now.
Yeah.
Just check that the body parts are all in order.
And that's what I think back in 2022 when he played so well, the serve was just such a key part of his game. Holger was getting so many free points. He was hitting his targets on the big points, the big moments. He was getting free points like that.
Had to scamper to get back into it, didn't he? Kecmanovic, and then had a bit of steam. He saves the break point. Rune leads 5-2 in his second set.
Rune leads 5-2.
So trading blows from the back of the court. The moment is right. Coming only to be forced back straight away. Sort of how this has been going. This is the 20-shot rally.
Time.
So it was Rune in the opening set that had to serve a couple of times to stay in it. Now it's Kecmanovic's turn. 5-2 down.
Thank you.
Been a very different set, hasn't it? The rallies have been much shorter. Both players looking to try and assert themselves with aggression, try and keep the rallies short and sharp.
Gave himself a little bit too much ground to cover. I think it's a good point, Josh. And for me, it feels like that suits Rune a little more. I think it's been deliberate from him since the start of this set, obviously off the back of losing the first. He's been really proactive here. I don't think he wants to go sort of 10, 12, 20 shots, say, of... I mean, I think he can if he has to, but keeping them short seems to be the plan.
I think especially as well on the second serve, I feel like he's stepping into the court. He's been a little more aggressive on the second serve as well. So that's where he's made some notable changes. Clips the tape, so you shouldn't be too disappointed about that. It was the right play, and I love that he's still doing what has put him in front in this second set by being aggressive. That could have easily gone over. I mean, 186 km/h second serve. He's really redlining it here, Holger.
That's it.
Great second serve. Went away from the traditional kick second serve. He's put a quick slider straight into the body. He could sense that Kecmanovic is coming in. He's trying to attack. Great awareness.
So Rune squares things up, takes the second set impressively, 6-3.
And when we take a look at some of these highlights, again, no surprise, the ball striking was pretty phenomenal from both players. If anything, the tempo lifted, the rallies were shorter, but they were still incredibly aggressive on both shots, forehand, backhand, especially Holger Rune. He got up into the court and really took the ball on, and I thought he was the better player in that second set. And that's a good fight back, leveling this one at 1-all.
Time.
One of those superannuation ads say past performance doesn't indicate future performance.
That's a caveat.
I think the stats tell some of the story, don't they? But not all of it, always.
Well, I think the success that a Sinner and an Alcaraz, for example, they've had would really force Holger and his team to get the microscope out and go, well, what can we change? What do we need to be doing better? Because, you know, they really have skyrocketed. Certainly up the rankings, we know that, and they're the ones really knocking on the door every week, and he wants to be there with them.
Things can happen quickly in tennis, can't they? I have to say, the way Holger Rune is playing tonight, competing tonight, handling himself tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see him sort of closing that gap across this season, assuming he, you know, puts in a full season of this sort of performance.
Swift opening game for Kecmanovic, holds to love.
One thing that stood out for me, it was interesting seeing the serve stats in that set. It really stands out courtside. Kecmanovic's serve is a lot flatter trajectory. He doesn't get quite the same sort of elevation up into the serve. It's more body weight into the court. And it just looks like Rune's starting to get a nice sort of rhythm on return, whereas Rune's serve, he really, I mean, the legs are so strong, drives up, getting a lot of sort of bounce or more bounce off the court on the second serve as well. So that was just a little bit of a point of difference in the second set there, and maybe someone to keep an eye on here, whether he's starting to really latch on to the Kecmanovic serve in this set.
So rapid fire, the opening 2 service games here. Both to love.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Kecmanovic makes a tactical change, whether he wants to then try and come forward like we saw then, just to try and take a bit of time away from Holger, because that second set, you could see that he just felt a bit squeezed for time.
Well, he's lost the point here, but I don't mind that. If I'm Rune and his team, I'm thinking, well, starting to get on top of these return points. Just needed to do a little better job with the volley. He really is latching onto the serve, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I think we get another look at that or not, but that was just so easy. That's in the slot.
Yeah, he just got one of these serves, Josh. Really feel it courtside, where he doesn't really get loads of height up into the serve. It's more sort of straight back, straight through. It's right in the hitting zone, and he's really, you know, he's not getting anything cheap from the serve now.
It's lacking that little bit of shape and deviation once it hits the court. Ooh. He was sitting on that, waiting for a forehand. Set up once again by the backhand. It's the backhand that's doing so much damage at the moment here. Holger Rune, he's just seeing it so well. Deep, firm, bang. It's good stuff.
Another early break. It's time to start. Rune has become more dominant here. Break early once again in the third set to lead 2-1.
What we have seen is Kecmanovic's serve pace just drop on average 5 kilometres an hour over this second set. So whether that's the conditions or he's feeling the pressure of Holger Rune attacking a little more, but it's a noticeable drop in speed and the numbers back it up.
Yeah, I just wonder about that sort of taping on the ab as well. Merely speculating, I haven't seen him sort of gesture in that way, but he's definitely lost a bit of pop and a bit of authority on the serve.
It's a strong rebound here at love 40. Not the game Holger wanted after getting the break. This happened in the first set as well. When he got that early break, he lost it straight back.
Little easy, wasn't it? Very much so. And against the run of play, what a shift of momentum. Kecmanovic holds to love. 3-2. Shift of momentum. Break serve, then loses his service game to love. Kecmanovic wins his next service game to love. 8 points in a row. Rune can't find the court all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's happened quick, hasn't it? Like Holger Rune, just all of a sudden, the form's disappeared over the last 5 minutes, and he needs to get it back quickly here. .202, but the fastest of the night is 2:07 for Holger.
Tournament resumes normal transmission.
I like the vibes coming from the Rune camp. There's not too much emotion. I think he's quite an emotional player that I've seen over the last year, couple of years maybe, where, you know, he's venting a lot to the box, and it's all quite a sort of combustible atmosphere, if you like, but they're staying calm. He was working his way through that game there, so I like the setup he's got at the moment.
50.
Kecmanovic took a gel and didn't take a fancy to it at all, and very strange reaction on the face when it goes down the wrong way sometimes. Bouncing around a bit.
Oh, this backhand is just so simple. And it's the backhand down the line that's catching Holger Rune off guard. He normally does that to his opponents. A little change-up. Almost a three-quarter serve out wide.
So starting to get a little tight in this important third set here.
59.
It's definitely getting cooler. Obviously, we're after 11 p.m. local time. Temperatures dropping that few degrees, so things just started to get a little bit slower out here. If that was going to suit anyone, I would say maybe marginally Kecmanovic. We saw Rune really shorten the points in the second set, so he's looking good at the moment.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of long rallies either in the third set. It's been fast and furious. Both players very keen to try and shorten rallies, get that first good strike in the rally. And here's another excellent forehand from Holger. Very relaxed, great quality and depth of shot. It's interesting now at deuce. You could just sense Holger Rune just pushing forward on that return, so he just tried to put a bit more shape and straight at the body.
I mean, it's close. I just feel it's got to go into play there, though.
Yeah, that's the one shot that hasn't been as sharp tonight. The forehand return on the deuce court.
Kecmanovic prevails. It's 5-4 in his third. So Rune now. Pressure on serving. Stay in his third set.
That's a danger when you get up on the baseline to try and return early. If you don't execute it perfectly, then you're out of position, and Holger Rune making Kecmanovic pay the price just with that shortish return.
All of a sudden, a set point. Kecmanovic all of a sudden takes the third set 6-4. Along with Colin, at juice in the previous service game of Kecmanovic. He has a chance to really put the pressure on and goes for a wild one, sends it wide, and all of a sudden it's 5-4 and then it's 6-4. And just a few points here and there, and that's been the difference in that third set.
Kecmanovic to serve.
So fresh shirt. Might be a fresh approach in this fourth set.
15.
Well, the door's open here for Kecmanovic. Been there before, twice to the fourth round. Only Grand Slam where he's reached that stage. Josh, you've pointed out the amount of tennis that he's played in the lead up to the Australian Open. Went to Hong Kong, second round there, semi-final in Adelaide.
Yeah, that's the perfect, really. That's the perfect amount of matches you can want coming into a Grand Slam where you can get a little bit of rust out of the game. You can get the feeling of nerves and energy and stress.
5-setter against Lajovic, and then a strong result against Hurkacz, and a good opening service game here. So he's hardened for the battle.
He really is. And that's a good start, just racing through. Holger Rune not making a play at all.
Look, to be honest, the DJ could give us a little bit of a boost with something that's got a bit of a banger going on, Josh. Little subdued. Win predictor, what's it got? What did it start with? 77% at the start. Complete change to 74. I think that's probably about right, really. And you're 2 sets to 1 up. You look at his record when losing that first set. What do you think, Colin? It's about right, that percentage?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously being 2 sets to 1 up, and the way the match has been played, it's you know, Rune doesn't have sort of significant control on it, so there's every chance Kecmanovic wins one of the next 2 sets. And you'd have to say right now he's favourite for this fourth, isn't he? Rune looks
Yeah,
a little all over the place.
Hasn't been a lot of. It hasn't been an overly physical match either. I mean, it's 2 hours and 9 minutes going into the 4th set. It's pretty ideal conditions. There's not a lot of heat around.
That was a wobbly one, but it drops in. Some pressure in the opening service game of Rune. 98% frame. It's part of the racket though, Josh.
You use every bit of it. That's what it's there for. All right, that's the first time we've seen a bit of emotion, really, haven't we, from Holger?
And that seemed to be directed towards the Serbian support. So this is about to get a little feisty, I think. Not sure if that's smart. Maybe. Maybe not. Time will tell.
He needs to do something to fire himself up.
There we go. There's another one. 2 in a row.
Big serve too. A bit more venom in that one.
14-13.
His first serve average is down at 185, so needs to find a little more firepower there.
Colin, do you think that that's a tactic? He's just trying to get his energy levels up, the intensity up a little bit, or he's just getting a little annoyed with the Serbian crowd?
Well, I haven't noticed anything from them other than supporting Kecmanovic. I think it's probably a good thing that he's getting fired up, but I'm not sure directly at them is the way to go. He does have a tendency, Rune, I mentioned it earlier, to just get embroiled or maybe just read the room slightly wrong. But it's going to be interesting from here on in.
Oh, he's pumped up now.
New balls, please. 1 game on.
It's always interesting, the psychological battle from within with a player, what they do to have to fire themselves up, what emotions they need, where do they draw those emotions from.
And let's see if it makes him play better, or it helps him play better.
Kecmanovic's demeanour's hardly changed at all, has he? Has it from the opening
Thank you.
serve?
Players are ready.
Pretty
Thank
cool.
you.
No fuss. Getting on with it.
Yeah, he doesn't give much away, does he, Kecmanovic? He'll play with this stony-faced look for the bulk of his matches all year long.
Third Sinner.
Two strong service games to open his fourth set for Kecmanovic. 2-1.
Well, this gets dangerous here for Holger Rune. It really does. The fact that he's not serving first, scoreboard pressure starting to mount, and I don't know, you mentioned it, but his record when he loses the first set, that's a problem. So I just want to have a look at his 5-set record. He's won 5 and lost 3. Kecmanovic has won 7 and 6. Nothing, no gremlins there, but still, I feel a little tight here for what's to come ahead.
Well, whoever wins will be feeling tight because Jannik Sinner is the man who lays in wait.
Time.
It's an interesting section of the draw. The winner of this one takes on Jannik Sinner. Alex Mickelson, the young American, the 20-year-old, had a good win today against Khachanov. He'll play Alex de Minaur in the 4th round. And the bottom's wide open this side of the draw. Cal Monfils, huge win today over Taylor Fritz.
He was awesome today.
Ben Shelton beat Musetti.
Yeah, he was very good as well.
Lorenzo Sonego defeated Madison, and the youngster Cain continues on. So one of those, Monfils, Shelton, Sonego or Cain, is going to be in the semi-final. The back corner. Monfils, that would be an incredible story, wouldn't it?
38 years of age and coming off a win in Auckland a week ago. Had to endure very hot conditions today on this very court.
And his wife Elena Svitolina had a victory as well. So I hope they've gone out to dinner and had an enjoyable celebration.
A pause before that point. He was looking up to the crowd. One or two individuals maybe distracted him, but I have to say again, I I didn't pick up on anything untoward. I just feel he needs to, yes, get fired up, but keep the focus on the job. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. I think it might actually be the shot clock over there. He was letting the shot clock tick down, taking the maximum time. So maybe just conserving some energy or wanting to make sure he's ready for the point.
Love this point from Holger.
40-15.
Really just keeps the feet pumping and keeps moving forward to try and catch that volley as high as he can over the net before it drops too low.
Well, that's a fan. That's an Uber fan. Djokovic on the calf. Not a bad likeness either. That's someone who likes their tennis, Josh.
Clearly. Well, he's certainly, he's got to be considered as the greatest of all time.
Kecmanovic would feel a little flat that he's not on there.
It's only 24 majors away. Colin, are you surprised that Holger hasn't gone through some different strategy or different game plans throughout this match? It's really just been hit and hit harder.
Yes.
He just hasn't gone back to just locking in and just trying to be really solid.
Yeah, it's sort of plan A and stick with plan A and just ride it out, you know, if anything going bigger. Just before that point, actually, Lars Christensen, his coach, had, I presume in Danish, so I couldn't make out what he was saying, but it was a very sort of deliberate message to Rune, who did seem to sort of acknowledge it, take it on board. So there's clearly a good relationship there. Maybe Christensen just trying to focus him in again.
And I guess we still have to acknowledge Kecmanovic has been very good down the other end. He hasn't gone away. He's been reasonably aggressive.
But he's been doing what you're suggesting that Rune should be doing.
Yeah.
He's getting the ball in play. And he's not just waiting for the mistake, but he's making sure that there's some rallies, giving Rune the opportunity to get a bit impatient like that. So he goes from being in danger to holding serve and on the scoreboard lead. Josh, back in your heyday, you'd not have been just getting started.
Just warming up. Just warming up.
Thank you. Players are ready. Thank you.
All starts at midnight. These are worrying times, I feel, for
15.
Holger. Losing that first point on serve. That is classy. Just as easy as you like. Look at this redirect here. This is a pretty deep ball, just great hands, stays low, gets great acceleration through that shot. If you don't mind. Very patient until he gets the right shot.
14.
And that is a confident strike from Kecmanovic. And maybe just the first time we're seeing Holger Rune just give the thumbs up to the box, which we have seen a little bit over the years when he gets a bit annoyed.
And he gave that one away very easily, didn't he?
Yeah, it's really bizarre for me just how well he can play, and yet the capitulation at times throughout this match has been, it's got to be really frustrating for him.
Tie break. He's very quickly out to 6-1. Dragged it back to 6-5 before Kecmanovic was able to claim that opening set. Handed back service break after getting one in the third set.
And it's been this shot. This has been the one really obvious shot, the forehand return, that he just can't find tonight.
It's just really unraveled, hasn't it? I mean, do you remember back the game he broke in the first set? I think it was 2-all of memory serves. There was 3 forehand returns in a row where he just had real control, put the ball back into play solidly, won the rallies, broke serve, and you thought, wow, this is different. Now it's just back to the old swing for the hills, and this is totally unraveling.
Better, but he lost that next service game in that first set, Colin, and that's sort of been how it's gone for him. There's been these flashes of brilliance and complete dominance where you think, okay, this is going to be Holger's night, and then all of a sudden the seesaw gets balanced pretty quickly.
He seems determined that he wants to hit his way out of trouble, which will make Kecmanovic a little uncomfortable for sure, because then he really doesn't have a say on a lot. So if you're Kecmanovic, you really need to land a couple of first serves here.
Sort of aggressive and positive movement around the court. We haven't seen it enough. It's irresistible when it's in play.
14.
And this is what he can do to you, Holger. He can come back at you so quickly because he's on full attack mode. And he gets it.
Breaks back. Hope's game. There was some big deep breaths during the sit down. Once he got left.
That's more like it, isn't it? A bit more shape, a bit more patience. Spare a thought for Kecmanovic. It's not easy here. Crowd really lifting. They want Holger Rune to get back into this match. Probably felt he didn't do much wrong. He just didn't make enough first serves in that last game.
I like the way he competes, though. He's the Iceman, isn't he? Yeah, he just keeps on trucking.
Second serve, that's huge. Best couple of games we've seen from Holger Rune, really, in the whole match.
Well, just reaching down for his leg there was a bit of cramp, and that's the thing. 2 hours 35 minutes isn't that long for the best part of 4 sets, but when you're hitting every shot pretty much as hard as you can, that tires you out, that takes it out of you physically.
And maybe that's just why he's trying to hit his way out of trouble. Again, it's all or nothing from Holger, and it's all good at the moment. He's just got to find a first serve. It's as simple as that. Because if he doesn't, he's in trouble. And Colin, we can see up the commentary box here, he's just gesturing to his team, just as it's almost like he's saying calm down.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him calm. It's that forehand return that's really bothering him, missing off the first serve there.
Huge point. 4-all, 30-all. Now he's got the break point. As you mentioned, Josh, he was 6 points away from the exit. Longest rally of the match.
30-40.
All of a sudden, if he can take this set, is he firming into favouritism?
And that's maybe, for me, one of the best points, if not the best point he's played all night. Playing the moment as well. 4-all, 30-all. Really solid point. That was great stuff.
Gets the break and is going to serve to send this into a decider. Rune leads. 2 hours and 39 minutes of high intensity ball bashing is what we've seen here. Rune waving to the crowd and giving them the fist pump as he comes back out here, serving to extend this into a deciding set.
Colin, this has got this is a little reminiscent, isn't it, of that match in 2023 when he played Rublev and it went to over 5. Holger Rune, he sort of cramped a little bit in that match. Well, he didn't sort of, he did, and then started really going for it. And then ended up losing deep in the 5th. And I just wonder if it was the feeling of a cramp or what it was when he was grabbing the leg, if that was what has been the impetus for this all-out attack.
Incredible turnaround here. Yeah, I completely agree. Similarities with that match, similar style of match as well. And well, he looked down and out, but he's got the weapons and he's turned this one around somehow.
I mean, look at that.
15.
That is massive. Just go for broke attitude. I mean, I don't know what that is. Is this sustainable for another set?
Well, we're about to find out because we're off to a 5th.
6 games to 4.
Takes the full set 6-4 to send it to a decider.
If he can do that, then that will just stop Holger Rune getting on the front foot. So he needs to be at least around 65% of first serves in. But the most important thing on serve is he needs to get it into locations, and especially the forehand. That's been the one shot Holger Rune hasn't executed well tonight. seems like you can't lose a point.
Love and 13.
He has been in that situation more than once, though, this match, hasn't he? Where he's gone on a little hot streak, and Kecmanovic has managed to find a way to work his way back into it.
It's just hitting winners everywhere.
14.
That's how you get to number 4 in the world very quickly. They're looking a little shell-shocked themselves. And rightly so. I like that, the body serve, where it's chasing him into the body, where he just can't quite swing as big as he would like.
Let it.
Good comeback. This is what we've seen. A little hot flush from Holger Rune. Kecmanovic absorbs that, comes back. That's an escape.
First game, fun.
Kecmanovic holds serve. Now, the great Josh Cain, magnificent stats guru, he's dived back through the scrapbook to tell me that Serbia had some interesting middle Saturdays at the Australian Open. 2008, Janko Tipsarevic pushed Roger Federer to 10-8 in the 5th set. You might recall, Josh, it finished at 11:47, which meant Leighton Hewitt and Baghdadis started late and finished later. 4:33 a.m. Thankfully, we're not going to be in that situation. Marcos. This court, though, is producing some 5-setters, some epics. Last 2 nights on this court, Lunatian dispatched Daniil Medvedev. And Jack Draper defeating Alex Vukic.
Well, I think what happens a little bit with this court, and I feel it's one of the slower courts, particularly the stadium courts. So as it gets late, of course, it's after midnight, so the conditions are, with the moisture, it gets really slow. So it gets very hard to win cheap points, unless you get on that Holger Rune blitz.
Yeah, nice reference there to the moisture. Just you know, late in the day, we're after midnight now. It's getting slower, heavier. It's harder work for these guys. I mean, they're still hitting plenty of winners, aren't they? But it's deader conditions.
And the history of all of that says that of the 28 5-setters, only 2 have been decided by tiebreakers, and they were those 2 matches here. So settle in. Sleep is for next week or the week after. Of course, our global audience, there'll be people that it's just in the middle of the morning. They've just woken up and they're up and about. But if you're in Australia, stay with us. You can't come this far and go to bed, can you, Josh?
No. We've put in the hard work.
Dave, I like the way you said Tien dispatched Medvedev. Can you dispatch someone 6 in the 5th?
Yeah, absolutely.
Flogged him.
Match point.
Smashed him.
You focus on the last point. He sent him to the airport.
Is this a cramp, Colin? We can see here. Looks likely.
Yeah, definitely starting to cramp now. Struggling with it. So he's just going to have to go for it here. No other option.
And hard to get rid of too. They come and go on their own accord. It's not something even some treatment really makes much difference to. You can see he's lost all of his strength on the serve.
Whether that'll annoy Kecmanovic.
Advantage.
He just could have done a little more with that backhand. This is the shot here. He just was a little passive with his backhand. If he was more aggressive, he would have had Holger on the run. That's what he can do. And that's what he's done for the last 20 minutes, just clocking winners.
1 Gimel.
So for the muscle cramp, slightly different from the medical timeout. You can receive treatment only during the time allotted for the change of ends. You can't get a medical timeout for muscle cramping. So if you're in that situation, you could just give away the points and go to the sit down as quickly as possible and get the treatment. But as you know, Josh, with the cramp, it just comes and goes in a mysterious way.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he can work through it and find a second wind.
Well, there are potions you can take. The pickle juice is the most famous one, I guess, but the Finnegas type solutions, cramp fix. Think of the worst thing he could possibly taste, and that's pretty much what it goes down like, but can work.
Just winner after winner. Not a thing Kecmanovic can do here.
So Rune gets the first advantage in this deciding set.
Rune leads 2 games to 1.
I thought they were quite simple, and I got the pages out of the book, and it's about 8 pages long. So I think they're more just guidelines than rules. Anyway, he's commenced strongly here, so strongly that his legs cramped.
It's an interesting one because it's only well, it's about to tick over 3 hours now, so it hasn't been an incredibly long match.
But the power meter's been
true.
at 10, hasn't it?
It's the power, it's the stress as well, isn't it? Because it's not hot, it's not overly humid, it's not overly long in terms of a 5-set match, but yeah, the cramp's getting him at the moment. Playing some of his best tennis, though.
He certainly is.
It's a funny old game, isn't it?
Now, what do you do if you catch Kecmanovic?
Hang in.
Well, certainly, he's not going to go away, but he's very much a passenger at the moment. He doesn't have a big enough serve to get cheap points. That's probably his biggest problem at the moment. Been doing it all night, Kecmanovic.
And I like that. I think he has to keep his own aggression, try to limit Rune's opportunities to strike, because he's shown how dangerous he is. So, you know, step up and play big tennis yourself. I think he just has to do it.
Oh, come on. On break point down.
13-14.
He's hit a rocket.
Just continues to play his best tennis when his back's against the wall. I love his demeanour. I love the way he fights back, and there's no change at all. The facial expressions, everything. Just marches back and gets ready to face the next one. What have you got, Holger? Kecmanovic breaks back. Well, if this was the World Seesaw Championships, I'd call it a tie.
2 games all.
Serbian fans now starting to show a little more voice.
Just ran out of patience, didn't he, on the forehand.
One tactic I reckon Kecmanovic can use quite effectively, and I think he is increasing the pace of play. He's playing up on the line, 21 seconds on the clock, and he's ready to go. Maybe needs to slow things down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be rushing.
It just feels like he's getting a lot of forehands, Rune. I know he's looking for them, but Josh, do you think he should be just sticking to the backhand for a while? I know he's dangerous there, but the forehand is on fire, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to find a part of the court where he can hide at the moment, Kecmanovic. That's a let off. He doesn't have the ability to drop a hand and use a slice and try and take some heat out of these rallies. It's not his game style, Kecmanovic.
Please.
Surprisingly, it's Holger Rune who's going to the slice. He's been dominating with the backhand.
Thank you.
Just that one again, isn't it? Get the ball back and at least have the opportunity to see what happens next. Seen that more than one occasion. He's just saying to himself at the other end, just settle down. Squeezes out. Kecmanovic holds serve. On serve. Leads 3-2. Deciding set.
And here he is, he's out. He's not taking any time at all. He's going to use this to maybe go over and speak to his team. But I like that he didn't use one of those change of ends then.
Time.
Holger Rune refusing to sit down, scared to sit down, I think, at the sit down. Stood up the whole time, had a drink, went back to his team on the other side and had a conversation, but he doesn't want the muscles to contract. Throws into the spot. This is what happened in the second game of this set, his first service game, where he had the cramping issues and just decided that he couldn't move anymore, so he'll just smash him from the back, try and hit clean winners.
And as frustrating as this is for Kecmanovic, he's got to keep it together here. He cannot get annoyed by this. Excellent ball striking. I just think he's got to try and keep Holger moving. He's got to be aggressive and hit to big parts of the court, get him on the run.
Oh, well handled that one. Straight at the dangerous part of the body, and he managed to deal with it.
30-15.
Strong service game, despite the issues with that left leg. 3-all.
Certainly not seeing any sign of it where it's impacting his movement significantly.
Except when he's walking.
Yeah, but he's between. Once he's in the point,
he seems to be okay.
Totally fine. Probably just pushing up on serve is the one area he's impacted.
Thank you.
Just seems to be engaging more with not his player box, but his support crew, if you like, maybe his mum up in the stand. It's interesting. That's the first time in the match. This guy's forehand is a joke.
When it's going as well as it is at the moment, it's unstoppable.
I mean, from 4-2 down in the fourth, the winner count it's got to be off the charts.
39 forehand winners he's had.
40-15.
But then he can just give up 3 or 4 really quick forehand returns, and they can go anywhere. Oh, he's done it again. Can't defend against that.
40-13.
So he's had 40 forehand winners, 34 unforced errors on the forehand. So he's in front. It looks like he's run a marathon and hit the finish line and unable to go much more.
I just think Kecmanovic is giving him a few too many, though. You know, I know it's maybe the more erratic wing normally, but with the state he's in, I mean, it's by far the more dangerous wing, the Rune forehand.
Oh, he's got it. He's got both lines, I think. That's how good it was.
Advantage, Kecmanovic.
And I think you're right, Colin. When you stretch him out to the backhand side, that's Holger Wow. He just probably cannot hurt you quite as much. He still can, though.
So Kecmanovic holds the advantage on the scoreboard at 4-3. So it's the second 5-setter for both of them during this Australian Open. Both of them have been successful. Records are pretty similar. 5-set encounters. And the 5-3. Kecmanovic 7-6. So positive records over 5 sets. Managing to find the lines.
15.
Slight opening for Miomir Kecmanovic right here. Does he take it on? Is he aggressive if he gets a second serve especially? Had a look.
14-13. Thank you.
Rune squares it up. 4-all. Drama about to unfold.
And this is a dangerous game now. At 4-all, just I think because what we've seen Rune capable of. We've seen him go through a few runs in this match where he just gets red hot.
Thank you.
Well, he needed every bit of that, Colin, didn't he? A little bit of luck needs to go your way to win these big matches.
Well, he nearly got one at 30-all in the last game. So you could argue even out there. Dangerous serving into that forehand, though, isn't it? It's probably the serve that he likes.
Sixth double of the match.
The serve going a little wayward and lacking steam as well.
Would you almost take a bit of pace off the first?
Yeah.
You know, heavy into the backhand, just don't show him any seconds.
Yeah, I would put a strong slider into the body, just get it chasing into the body with a bit of pace off it, so he has to create it himself.
Short, dealt with by Rune. 2 break points, and you forecast the danger, Josh. Service game.
Thank you.
Gets the break. Wants the crowd involved. Holger Rune, the serve for the match.
Rune leads 5-4.
He's fine.
3 hours and 23 minutes it's taken to get to this point, serving for the match. Longest rally of the match. They come out after 3 hours and 23 minutes and play a point like it was the first one. All those days ago, it was yesterday, Josh, it was that long ago.
Well, he's never stopped competing, even when he was down 4-2, 30 love in that 4th set. With Kecmanovic serving. He just has kept competing. Oh, he finds the looping ball. Drops in.
Brings up the 2 match points.
15. Set a match winner. Recess to 2, 6-7.
It was an epic battle,
4-6,
and Rune's the
6-4,
winner.
6-4.
Up next, Sinner. What a match. Had a bit of everything. 3 hours and 27 minutes of pulsating, hard-hitting, dramatic tennis. Grand Slam stuff at its best.
Well, he's dodged a bullet.